Good morning, guys. Starting a little bit early. I just want to make sure we got the sound okay. Give me a sound check in chat. Ask Forrest. Tell me the screen is good. Let me know everything is good. I'll wait for you guys to acknowledge me. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. Hey, Karen. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and trade off screen today, and basically just bring the screen on only when I'm in trade, because placing trades while I'm watching screens is going to be too hard. So I'm going to just do everything off screen. I'm just going to set up all my things so they're properly sized, just for everything. One. Okay, good. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. So this goes this way. Okay, now I've set that all up. Yeah, and then I'll bring the screen in. We'll just watch the screens because it's too hard to watch two instruments and a trade screen at the same time, try to place it. So I'm going to do that off screen today, and then I'll bring it in, and we'll bring everything in. Let me just type in, let everybody know that we're starting live. Okay, we are live in Zoom. Okay, we are live in Zoom. Got about 10 minutes to go. Obviously, the big story here is, do we beat a million or not on payrolls? It's 700,000, sort of to the low side. Let's just go to the here's juice. We'll keep the we're not going to even watch the screens now until we get a print. We also get Canadian data today. That's interesting. I'm not going to trade CAD. I mean, we could trade CAD just on a we'll take a look at the CAD, to see if we can do anything with it. But I'm trying to stick to just indices in the room today. So yeah, market is sort of, the convention is 850. The upper end is million and a quarter. Lower end is about 500,000. Mixed data, really hard to say. Even harder to try to figure out what the reaction will be. So I am leery. The other big thing is this average earnings. That's going to be, if this prints 4, that should actually, it's positive inflation, positive economy. I got to believe that if there's a negative reaction, it's going to be bought. One really interesting thing that I wanted to show you. So the trade I showed everybody yesterday, where we are failing at the highs, or failing at the lows. Failing at the highs meaning we get a red candle on the highs, or we get a green candle on the lows. It worked beautifully all day long yesterday if you took some of those trades. But there's, while I was watching the charts, I noticed something really interesting for us as another potential scalp idea. And I'll show it to you on the Dow. Today is a very lame ass day. But here's the concept, as same concept, but just using a different parameter, using our 200 period, bull buy crossing line. So in this particular case here, this actually, I'll give you a failure. I'll give you a success example, and I guess that's, today it's just, it's kind of all over the place, but it actually, during market hours, I thought looked like a really interesting potential exploit as well for us. And the idea is sort of very, very similar. So use 200 as your support line. Obviously today is a horrible day. It's actually, I don't want to use this today. Today is just pre-NFP day. You don't want to be looking at data. Let's just go back to, I don't know, let's go back to the 4th. Okay, so here, that's a good example. Okay, so, what you're looking for is either support or failure at the 200 period line, right? So here we are, we're kind of running into the 200 period line, and it pretty much crosses through it. So you don't really have kind of a support trade. This is obviously coming from down up, right? If you have it coming from down from the upside to the upside, then you have it the other way around. So I'm looking over here. So here, here's a good example. It's coming from down. You're looking for it to fail. If it fails here, you're short here. Obviously, with the Dow, at minimum, you have to use a 20-point stop. But if you came in at 31 here, goes up 41, 20 against you, easily makes 10 on a failed route. There was some really good ones. I mean, here's a classic one. So you have the trade here. This is after a very, very long move to the downside. Test this, fails at 200. That's a great entry trade for you to try to trade this. I'm looking for support. So we have to have like a long day. I'm just giving you a couple of examples before we have 5 minutes before NFPs. Nothing is really going on. I mean, here's one in Asia session. It's not a very prominent time, but the critical component is as long as you have a big wave in front of it, and then you come back down, and the whole concept is it's got to touch, or test, and then if it holds, in other words, it doesn't really breach it, and then we get a green candle. It's a great turn. It's a great turn trade. On the other hand, here it breaches. You just step aside. You don't even pursue this idea. Here's a trade that goes to the downside. It breaches to the upside. Doesn't give you a red candle. You just step aside, right? You step aside to the other way. Step aside over here. So you're not buying falling knives because you don't have it. Here's one that's sort of interesting. It's 8:30 in the morning, so it's flexible. But you buy this. This is kind of a semi-false, semi-true statement. You have a small move up. You come in here. It's 49. You give yourself a 20-point stop. You sort of make 10 points here. You kind of you hobble to your profit, but still you still manage to kind of get to the profit. Here's where it gets interesting. So big wave up. First test to the 200. You buy the green candle here. 10-20, very clean trade, straight up for plus 10, right? Just kind of a nice test. Another big wave up, and again, I think the way you can judge it is we naturally have a green wave marked with our moving averages, right? Come back down. It tests the level, stays green, does one more final test. So you're 62, your stop is 42, you survive the stop, 72 to the upside. What this does is it gives you really tactical entry. And there's actually a couple of tactical entries depending, here's another green, green segment where it stabilizes above the 200, and you have another great tactical entry. So this is sort of a similar idea from the high lows, but just more dynamic to the organic nature of the trade. We're trading with the generated stop market. You generated buy sell line versus just the hard high low line. But the concept is the same. What you're looking for is just a very, very specific place on the chart where you have a better than 50-50 probability of winning if a certain sequence of trades happens. Because what we're trying to handicap here is obviously the human emotion at those particular points where we can isolate signal from noise, randomness from trade signal. Does that make sense to everybody? Does everybody understand what I'm showing you? So this just offers us maybe 3-4 more opportunities during the day where we can participate in the trade at an intelligent, risk reward parameter basis. So where are we at? We got 3 minutes. Let's just forget the charts. It doesn't really matter. Let's look at the. We'll wait for the announcements. I wonder. This is like I didn't even know you could. What does that do? Oh, it's GoPro. Oh. Yeah. What is that? Research platform. Okay. Time do we have? We have 2 minutes. About 90 seconds. All right, getting so big things we want to watch, and here it's starting to show us anyways. Big things we want to watch is it going to be a big beat on if it's the thing is if it's a really positive number, Dow is the trade that I want to go. It's basically it's a Main Street number, so Dow is going to be much more, I think, sensitive to positive data than Nasdaq. So we'll if we have a super strong number, we'll trade the Dow. If we have a super negative number, we'll short the Dow, because I think again that's going to be most sensitive to actual physical data. So we got like 45 seconds to go. And then let's not get crazy on the instant reaction. Let's wait to see how it trades off the highs, the lows, whether it starts to break them, test them, and trade our tactical entries instead of trying to be super smart as to what all of this means in the long run. Decent numbers, but markets, I'm buying the Dow. I'm going to buy the Dow here. I bought it at, when I'm up, sorry guys. I bought the Dow and I made my 10 points already. It's going up, keeps going up. I wouldn't chase it right now. I would give it a little breathing room. But yeah, I bought the Dow 65.70. Sorry, it was off screen, but I had no choice. And I told you, decent number means positive Dow. Ignore the Nasdaq. Let's watch the Dow. Dow is at 35. I want to watch that number and see how it's trading. Yeah, it's really starting to take off now. Boom. Okay, I'm buying some more. I bought some more Dow. It's off screen, but I'm up another 10 points. So I'm going to close it out at plus 15. Okay, so you can see, I mean, as I told you, I can't do two things at once. So this was so 25 points altogether in the Dow in the last couple of minutes. If you guys followed me, great. Now let's just pause. Now we're going to this is the initial knee-jerk reaction. Let's give it next 5-10 minutes. Let's see how the ranges trade. Let's see what the Nasdaq is doing. So I'll bring this down again. Sorry, I'm trying to orient myself on where I am on Nasdaq. Why is Nasdaq not giving me? Okay, I got to do high lows. Sorry. 5. Go to. Really? Why isn't this? Oh, here it is. Okay, it's too small. Okay. All right. So NAS bouncing off the lows. I mean, NAS is, that would have been a decent shot. I should have bought this. I was just sort of like trying to orient myself on where I want to be. Let's give it we're going to give it 5 minutes of a little breathing space. Let's not get crazy because there's just generally going to be always, I mean, Dow, I think, is going to push the fresh highs. And you probably are in good shape to, if the Dow goes 40, we'll buy some more, which is like 50 here. Was it this 5? It's about 45 on here. If it breaks the fresh highs, I'll buy some more. I think it has like another wave to the upside. Oh, sorry. Where's my Dow? So this is interesting. It's failing at the highs. I'm watching this. May be able to do a little bit of a scalp to the downside, a little bit of profit taking scalp. Let's watch this candle. Watch this candle because the failure of the upside might not be a bad idea for us. I mean, it's tight. All right, let's short this. 25. Let's just see if we can get 5 out of this thing. Let's see if we can get 5 out of the Dow. This is the first failure on the high. It's usually not the good one. It's not the one I like to go for. It's probably not going to be. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. Let's just give it a few seconds, see if we can get a profit, a little bit of profit taking on this move here. Maybe. Dow and NAS is really going towards the lows here. Let's watch the NAS actually too. NAS is breaking the lows. Let's see how the NAS tests the lows. Okay, Dow got done. So that was +5 on just a quick scalp to session off the highs. NAS breaking the lows. I didn't want to chase the low break, the break of the lows here, but it's clearly doing something. So let's watch this. Let's see if the NAS bounces off the lows. That's really the big question. I'm looking for NAS to. Ooh, NAS is just freaking wow. Look at me. I'm having to shrink the screen continuously. See if the NAS. So that's 30 seconds. It's a long time. I gotta have the NAS print the green candle here. So far so good. Is this printing? Oh no, it's a 5. No, it's a 1-minute candle. That's correct. I hate having the screen on the same time. I can't see. Why do I have a discrepancy between? Oh, okay. All right. So still not a green candle. No trade in NAS. No trade in NAS. It's a big candle off the bottom. I don't know if I'll love it, but maybe I'll take it for 5. I'll see if I can just trade it for 5 here. Let's see if we get a little bit of a move here. Usually you get the knee-jerk reaction and then come back down, and then it's going to come back up. So we're going to have to just absorb the retrace. It may fail here, which is part and parcel of strategy. I would have loved to have seen a smaller green candle, but it's okay. I mean, there's decent big candles, so maybe we should be able to get a little bit more out of it. I would love to have I would have had the execution over here, but you can't have perfect setups. Somebody mute your mic, please. Oh, I gotta go look now that you guys don't open up your mics. Who's on? Okay, I don't know. Nobody's got their mic. Okay, yeah, it's slipping against me a little bit here. It's consolidating. It's going to be, yeah, we'll have to see if it has enough juice. It could come back and retest the lows here. It was super large jump off the lows, so a lot of the profit covering was covered, but hopefully there's a little bit more of a push to the upside. Hopefully we can stretch it a little higher. All right, let's leave this alone, and let's just go look at the data. Let's go see what where we're at. A good number. Unemployment rate declined by 5 is a really strong number. Notable job gains leisurely and hospitality, local government, education, professional services. Yeah, it looks like NAS is slipping against me, but so far has not broken the lows. So until we break the lows, I'm not getting out of that trade. It may take 4 or 5 minutes for us to consolidate and reverse flows. I'm watching NAS on my other chart, but overall it's a pretty bullish number, right? Where the average are the earnings. I mean, there's just nothing here. I mean, everything here really is positive for the economy. So really positive for the Dow, frankly. Got to be watching. I think I got to feel like Dow has got to bounce. I mean, Dow is really the better trade here. So we'll watch. I mean, we'll watch the Dow. I'd like to see if the Dow can break the highs here at 3040. Let's put a pending order on the Dow. So what is that? So this is where we at 22. So it's a +5, right? So 40.45. I got to be a buyer at 45. So it's got to be a 45 buy on a breakout. On a pending, I'll put that like for 30 minutes. We'll see if this will start breaking the fresh highs. Yeah, we'll put that. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we'll put that as 510. Just short, and then I'll put that over here. All right, we'll leave that at pending on the tool set. Put that down. Let's watch the charts a little bit. I mean, fundamentally, it feels like it really wants to, it wants to run higher. Both NAS and Dow, but Dow particularly because it's really a Main Street. As I said, it's basically bullish Main Street. I'm just watching to see if they can take out the fresh highs in the Dow here. It looks like the NAS trade might actually be working. Well, NAS trade already worked. Sorry, so NAS trade was good for 5. Oh, and are we in the Dow? No, we're not in the Dow yet. Sorry, I got too excited. So the NAS trade actually worked off screen. I don't know if anybody trade the NAS with me to the upside. And I'm actually curious, anybody trade any of the trades today, or was it super fast for everybody so that you were just all watching? Come on, somebody say hi to me in the chat room. I'm feeling lonely. I know you guys are all watching the screens with me, but wave to me. David, you're my new best friend. You're the only one talking. Watching. Come on, you pussies. Get in there. Start trading. The only traders with balls in this room are women. Come on. No, it was really fast. I know, it was really fast. Okay, so that was as I said, there was just a little bit of a burp to the upside, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Now we're in consolidation mode. This is so sort of to understand why. Yeah, it's five was all you could get, Karen. I mean, that's why I had the 5 on there. I knew it was only going to be good for 5 because it's going to test it. So just to explain to you guys why NAS is not loving this number and not performing as well as the Dow. So hot data, and this is hot economic data, just inevitably means tighter money, right? You see 10-year yields up like 4.57%. It just means tighter money, because the hotter the data, the more it forces the Fed to stop easing liquidity. And NAS is all about free money, because technology couldn't care less. Technology is sort of almost economy independent. It always makes money. And if the money is free, its earnings just become infinitely more valuable. So when money becomes more expensive, even by a basis point, it's not necessarily positive NASDAQ. Whereas on the other hand, Dow, which is much more real economy, and you see now, NAS is now just starting to break fresh lows, but not any kind of meaningful way. We'll watch that again. I'll say, if we get another green bounce off the lows, maybe we'll try to go with the NAS. But the point being is that it's much more positive for the Dow than it is for the NAS to have a strong economy. Overall, I got to tell you, it's a really strong number. I guess maybe it's because the market was expecting a strong number that we're not getting nearly as big a return. It's certainly getting a big return in FX, and also dollar Canada getting whacked a little bit here today, which is great because I got my kids in Canada, so I get better conversion rate. But I'm just not. I'd love to trade FX, but I just don't want to lose my focus. I find that I'm not good at trading multiple instruments at once. Not a very impressive green candle in the NAS, so we'll pass. There'll be more opportunities for bottom fishing in the NAS, maybe a little bit later. We also maybe, this should be really cool. I'd love to see this. If I'm going to hang with you for 30-40 minutes through the New York Open. What would be really cool is maybe we get a test of the 200 on the Dow, and that'll be really interesting to see if we can trade that as a support level as well. And scout that out. So I'm still waiting. I think there's more upside burst left in equities. But generally, I can't see how this is bad news economically. I'm trying to just look at the individual numbers. It's all uber bullish. Let's see what Forex Live has to say on this. Let's see what the upward revisions, strong numbers, 5.4, participation rate rises, hourlies go up, kind of all really good. All really good. All right, maybe we'll take another punt on, I'm trying to see if I want to take a punt, sorry. Looking at NAS here. Let's see if this candle completes. It's kind of relatively ugly, but definitely creating a little bit of a support here. So maybe we'll this is the wrong one. Sorry, damn it. I'm on the wrong applet. Okay, let's just take this, see if we can get another 5 out of this thing. You get up to the 20s? We'll see. What's this? This is 9, to 14. And if I was trading futures, I would have been able to scalp the 5. This is, we're working very thin margins here, but whatever, we'll give it. I didn't love this move because we were wicking out at the highs, but we're still holding the lows, and as long as we hold the lows, it's a legitimate trade. I mean, if they want to bust the lows, then we'll let that go, and we'll look for more opportunities. Yeah, they're coming in after me. If this comes in, I'm actually going to put my stop at like 12 because there's zero reason for me to hold this if they bust the lows. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold the lows, so we'll let that one go. It's fine. Tiny little blip. We probably get tagged out of this one. Okay. So here's a question. It's a great question, which I did not ask myself on this particular trade, but it's a great question. So if, let's say, every scalp trade we should be making is maximum 1 to 2. There's like, I'm making bad trades because I had it 520, and I adjusted it to 512 because that's really where I want to be. You basically want to be at a trade. You never want to be at a trade where your break even is higher than 66, 67%, right? So that's the first thing. You got to know your risk before anything else is in the trade, right? And this is now starting to break the lows here nicely. I'm hesitant to try to break the lows because the data is so positive, but clearly the price action is disagreeing with me. So the next question you want to ask yourself is, so I know my risk, let's say my risk is 10.5 and my risk is 20.10, right? Next question you want to ask yourself is, what I'm looking at the chart right now, what's setting up, do I have a 70% confidence that this is going to work, right? And very often you don't. I did not have 70% confidence it's going to work, right? So there was no reason to trade this. I was just sort of trying to force a trade. And if you ask that question every time you get in front of a trade, do I have a 70% confidence that this particular setup is just working right now is going to work? Like right now, if this thing holds, I actually do have a 70% confidence that this should work because this is creating a decent bounce off the session lows. So, here I'm more confident that this is going to work, and definitely I want to try it if it holds at these levels. But that process is a good process. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's going to work, but it's just a question of, are you really 70% confident? Like if this thing gets really negative now, I'm not going to be. It needs to stay at these levels for the next 10, 12 seconds to kind of show me, yes, it's really, buyers are forming a bottom here. All right, boom, I'm in, because that was a relatively decent looking bottom. I was 70% confident this is going to work. Doesn't mean it's going to work, but I was certainly, this satisfied my criteria. Let's see if I can get, if we can get like trading back up to 95s, 97s on the futures. Oh, good enough. I'll take it, because this, but you see what I mean? like, it's a good example of if you just do that little process. I know my risk and what's my confidence in my success. Just that 1-2-step process really improves your scalping approach every single day. It puts you in the right mental frame of mind. You don't do douchey little trades, which I'm very famous for. So just another little mental trick. Anybody take that trade with me, by the way? Nobody believed my 70% confidence level? Good job, Karen. Good job. All right, who else is in the room? Talk to me, guys. We got NFP. You got all my attention. Everybody in the room, lots of new people. I know Friday, a lot of people. I know you guys are only looking at indices, and we're only trading indices. And for those of you who are FX based, this may not be your cup of tea. And I'm happy to do more FX based content later. But we're just refining our sniper ability to kill it in indices. Kathy, does such a great job in FX. You really don't need my help in most of it. But if I can give you tools to trade another asset class as well as she trades FX, then you are just going to be twice as competent. Gary took 10 on the. So you just basically followed my idea, but you went to Dow, which is honestly not a bad idea. The Dow doesn't have a setup for me technically, but he just sort of believed that this was a bottoming in NAS and that they were going to be buying. Remember, I'm bullish Dow. I'm actually waiting for them to break the Dow at the 45 on the CFD, 40 on the futures basis to give us fresh highs to see if they can run it. Because I kind of think we may get a couple of 100 points on a Dow here before the day is over. I mean, I may be wrong, but fundamentally we should be running higher. And if we do, I want to be there. And you see, so I mean, like, look how cool. Tell me you don't love this indicator. You tell me you don't love how great this indicator is in really helping you tactically approach price, right? Where you are, maybe not on the first, but definitely on the second, certainly on the third possibility, in at the right time because you have the right visual tools to tell you when something is done trading, something is finished. And like, this is a big move. I could have had this move for 10. My confidence level would have been much greater rewarded. But the key to scalping is timing. And that's what I'm just trying to really help you guys with, is focus on the timing. Because once you get the timing right, everything else will fall into place. You can scale in, you can scale out, you can size up, you can do a million different things. But once we hone our timing skills, 5, 7, 10 times a day, we have the right timing entry. That's what it's all about. Trading is timing. All right, we're kind of quiet right now. It's been a really powerful U.S. Economic data set, actually. I got to tell you, pretty impressive. So watching this Dow, it's crawling. I'm trying to see if I think we might have to wait till the market open, which is another half an hour. So we might be twiddling our thumbs, doing nothing for the time being. We'll see. The NAS was really, NAS would have been great. Look at this, NAS was good for 20 points. Would have been a great trade. I wimped out on a 10.5. It was good for a 10.20 on this move, but it was a great trade. With just a lot of hesitancy on the move here. Okay, Dow is inching. Where's my Dow? Getting close. I'm gonna break highs, break lows. Let's see. Well, so far we're just double topping on the Dow for the time being, consolidating. It looks like everybody just holding off to the market open for buying flows or selling flows. Wouldn't be surprised if, well, after the market opens, they ramp the Nasdaq as well, and they take out the 170s, just sort of on a uber bullish view. I mean, I could always be wrong, but it's just, I've seen this so many times where they take out, they take out the session highs on NAS and just take it up to 15.2, which would be a great run. If we get there, we'll trade it. It's tough to trade this pre-market because it looks like we're starting to run. We're starting to run a little bit. Let's see if this puts me in the trade. Running a little bit into the trade. I'm looking for 5 on the first. What do I need? 50. I need to see 50 on this. Wow, this is like a very, very lame little move here. Jesus. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm at break even, and now I'm trying to get the other 10. Oh, I guess it didn't do me. Did it do me another 10? Very hard to do this with the Dow spreads. But okay, I think I took 5. Let me see what I took out of here. Oh no, I did take 5 and 10. Good for me. Okay, whatever. That worked. So good. So that was like another, yeah, and there it goes. So those of you who didn't gave it plus 10, plus 20 would have had a decent move. But yeah, I mean, Dow, it's crawled, but it definitely broke the session highs. I would not be shorting this this reversal move here because honestly, I don't think the up move is kind of done. It's just, this is all pre-market gamesmanship. I don't really want to now I just kind of really want to stay completely out of the market until we have the opening bell, and then we reorient ourselves, see how much a market on open flows there are, where the orders are. Let it run its course, and then if it starts making tops at that point, that's going to be a much higher problem. That's going to be a 70% bet that's going to work. For now, it's 50-50 bets all across the universe, regardless of where the price is at. Simply because we're 20 minutes away from market open, and we really don't have any. It's all gamesmanship at this point. So we'll just stand back, come off it. I think I'm up like 50 points for the day already. So, that's pretty good. Do I think they're going to run the Dow to the downside, to the session lows over here to 34.88? Is that what you're asking me, David? Are you asking me, are they going to run the session lows all the way down to over here? Is that your question? Yes or no? That's not your question? Then what's your question? Oh, I don't know how they're going to open. And trying to, Dow up, Nas down. Yeah, that sort of that game. I told you why that game gets played on just on bonds, right? So and maybe a lot of, I don't know, a lot of sector rotation. Who knows? I don't have an intelligent explanation for why that pattern has been happening. It's been happening all the time, but it's not anything that I think you could handicap, because it's not anything that's clearly repeatable. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Do you have 70% confidence that they're going to take the Dow down, or Dow up and NASDAQ down today? I don't. If you do, then definitely trade it. But I don't have that confidence. I don't know. I'm just going to try to focus on our session high, session low, strategic entries, all that kind of stuff. If you took, by the way, the post-event signals on both things, by the way, post-event signals on both things, you gave yourself enough breathing room, because you have to give yourself 40-20, right? So you came in at, so this was a buy. What was the buy here? So the low here was 17, goes all the way down against you. Wow, Jesus, did I go down 40 against you? I guess maybe it did. So 16, you don't get 20. What was that? Yeah, you would have gotten clipped. It was just too wide, just tiny. You would have gotten tagged before the true move would have happened. So that would have been unfortunate if you took that signal. This, on the other hand, the sell signal here post-event, 35, almost would have stopped you out to 55 and then came back down. So the sell signal here would have worked on the NAS. Either way, just when, I guess non-farm volatility is too wide for for kind of like taking the impulse move without giving yourself either too much risk or not enough reward. It's actually a good example of how the best strategy in the world, if you have a massive volatility overlay on it, can just get wrecked. Like, you can be right in direction and still get stopped out, just because the intra price action between beginning and end result is so wide that that you're blown out. I just got to be aware of that. Like, kind of the higher the volatility, the smaller the size and the wider your parameters need to be. Wow, look at gold. Gold collapsed. Oh, this is interesting. I gotta go. You guys want to see the contest? Okay, I'm interested if this guy who's been leading the contest. Let's take a look at this. We got a few minutes before the wait a minute. Contest ACAP. Okay. All right, so this is really interesting. Let's see how this guy's doing. Maybe he's doing well, because maybe he caught it. Oh no, woo! He lost $100,000 in the last hour. Wow, he's still huge up. He still managed to blow it out. It took a $75,000 loss. Okay, that's interesting. This other guy might actually catch him, because he's a better guy, a better trader. All these guys are trading gold. So he bought 82. Gold is just collapsing. Wow, it's interesting. Gold really collapsed. Super interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have a column on the whole contest probably next week. But it's fascinating how these guys are trading the demos. My expansion low NQ trade was good for some points despite the slippage twice. Sorry, Thor, are you telling me that you shorted the lows? You sold the lows, which is good, because that was the right trade. I was just I just pussied out on doing it because the funder was so strong. I was just, I didn't know how much more, and there wasn't much more follow through. There was some, but not not much, which is why I was really trying to trade the long side more. So again, we don't have. I'm just not. I want to wait till the market open for us to see if there's any other trades that we could run. We've had a very good opening morning. I think I'm up like 50 points on the. Let me just tell you off my other screen. 10, 17 plus 5 plus 9. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's 30 on the Dow, another 10 on the Dow. That's 40, and 50, 55, 60, 65, minus 12. Let's make that minus 15. So it's 50, 60, 65, 65. Okay, so 65 points between the Dow and the Nasdaq since the open. Just looking at my my P&L. So that's that's really good numbers for us to run. So how's everybody doing? Do you guys have a good week trading indices with me this week? Who's in the room today? Oh, somebody's chatting me in Zoom. I don't. Who's it? Pavel. Hey guys. So I know you're probably expecting some FX trading, but and I'm happy to do it with you guys. But I don't. I'm just making a conscious effort not to trade FX because the goal of my domain is indices. I want to, which we scalp. Kathy day trades FX. I scalp indices, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I'm happy to use my strategies for FX, but it's just it's a very different instrument. I actually realized not only is it a different instrument, the speed and the velocity of that instrument is just so different that it's not. We could do it, but it's not our strength. And I just really only want to trade our strength. I mean, the reason you want to trade indices with me is because you can make 65 points in half an hour, which you could never do in FX, because FX, 65 points can be a week's worth of movement these days. 5, 10, 15 points in the Dow is 1 minute trade. And that's what we try to do, like 5, 10 1-minute trades a day. And that it really adds up if you do it properly. So that's sort of the game plan. Karen says she had a good day today, switching back to practice accounts, so she doesn't give it back for that. But hey, I'm actually curious. We got a little time here. I'm curious, guys. Post up, and let's see if you guys actually even know the answer to this. So let me explain to you how you would calculate leverage. Let's say you have hypothetically a $10,000 account. If your average trade size is 50,000 units, right? Just for argument's sake, then your average trade size is 5 to 1. So what I'm curious is, given how much money you're trading, and given your average trade size, what's your lever factor? Like what is your standard normal lever factor that you trade with? Post up your. There's no right answer. I'm just curious. I want to take a little survey of the group. I just explained that. So a lever factor is if you have a $10,000 account and you trade a 50,000 unit trade, that's your average trading size is 50,000 units, just for argument's sake, then your lever factor is 5 to 1. If you have a $10,000 account and you trade a million average size, then your lever factor is 100 to 1. So that's your lever factor, leverage. So go ahead, chime in. Let me know what your average, Thor, Karen, David, Gary, Rosen, Krasi, who's always quiet, but I know is lurking in the background there. Is Miguel in the room today? I wonder if Miguel's in the room today. 10 to 1 is pretty decent. I think that 10 to 1 is, I would say, a good standard size. 5 to 1 is really good. That's really, really good. Nathan, hey Nathan. Nathan, don't post in Zoom. Post in chat, ask Boris. We use Slack to converse because that's what I'm following. All right, so Karen, so you're using, I'm not asking, like, so Karen, so in other words, you have for argument's sake, you have a $10,000 account, you're trading 1 million units, or you have $1,000 account, you're trading 10,000, 100,000 units. Is that correct? I mean, it's fine. I'm just curious. I just want to make sure that we're on the right math. Is that what you're doing? So you have a $10,000 account, your opening trade is $1 million. Well, so just I'll calculate it for you. Just what's your average size trade, and then what's your account size, and I'll tell you exactly what you're doing. Because I just want to sort of get a notion of what people are doing. I mean, we'll get to risk in a second, but I'm interested right now. The only question is size. So you have 100,000, Devil, you have 100,000, you're trading $1 million. So you're 10 to 1. So that's fine. That's fine. Try that on NASDAQ, my friends. You'll really have a good time. Or the Dow. You'll either be a millionaire by Friday or you'll be broke. All right, who's new here? I'm going to call you guys out. Who's Mark? Mark. Say hi to me. Where's Jonathan? Is Jonathan sleeping today? Mel is here. Oh, I see my whole West Coast crew is gone. Cheryl is here. Oh, Cheryl is here. Who's AOC? And Andy, hey Andy, and Brenda, say hi to me. Ian is here. Ian's kind of mopping everything up. That's fine. Who else is here? We got two. Do you know we have 2 Kelvins? I had no idea. Wow, that is not a common name. And we have 2 Kelvins in the room right now. That's interesting. Okay. So we're inching fresh highs prior to the open. We've got about 14, 15 minutes before the open. NAS is also recovering off the bottom a little bit, but nothing, nothing earth shattering. I wonder if the market is just going to shrug this off. But, it's interesting. Let's see if, let's just, yeah, guys, type in Gary, chime in. Come on. I hate having a one-way conversation. Participate, guys. I know you got to type, but it's 5 seconds. Type on the keyboard. Let me know. Let me just see what Forex Live is saying about all of this. Do we have any analysis? U.S. had over 1 million jobs. Dollar yen's had a good move. Yeah, dollar yen is very, very correlated to the Dow. Which wage strains were stronger than expected, blah, blah, blah. Close risk will be high to Montana, LI 68 retracement, blah, blah, blah. Price up early today, find sellers before that. Okay, looking at the daily chart, the price moved back above 100-day moving average. Blah, 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 blah. Greg's got nothing to say. Yeah, not too much. I guess Adam is off the desk today, so we're not getting too much analysis. What about here? Bank of America, European shares saw inflow. Alibaba issued a warning about increased taxes. China's crackdown. That's Jesus Christ. Okay. Not much. Okay, not much on the news. Let's see if anybody's saying anything intelligent on Twitter. Yeah, Russell is also very positive. This is positive news for Russell. Inflation is rampant, blah, blah, blah. Not much. Nobody has anything really intelligent to say. Okay. All right, let's go back to the charts. Let's see. The Dow is inching up. I could have taken these fresh highs, but I really don't want to be standing in front of the opening bell rotation. I do think actually what's interesting to me is I think if opening bell rotation pushes us to sort of fresh highs, then the reversal candle there is going to be a pretty interesting one. It's going to give us an interesting chance for a reversal. So that might be sort of the next trade setup for us to look at. Devil, that happened in 2010. Oh, Hassan, hey, how are you, Hassan? I thought we had Alexandria Octavia Cortez. What's her name? Cortez? What is her last name? Oh God. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, this is you really don't want to be experimenting on non-farm payrolls. It's like trying to trade the FIFA Cup. You go one step the wrong way, you get cleaned, have your clock cleaned. So watching it is just as good, because the whole point is for you guys to watch it, to see how the indicators respond to price action against news, and to create those tactical points on the chart where you have high possibility of success. To get those kind of repeatable behavior patterns that we like to handicap. So that's all we're trying to do, is just find those repeatable behavior patterns on the indices. Good job. I haven't even looked at the euro or the pound. You guys want to look at? I'm just curious. We got a few minutes before the open. Let's see how the currencies traded off the event. So just a two-way move here. Cable, also big reversal on cable to the downside, and then Caddy was the strongest up because it had the weakest data, but still it really didn't do much. Like went to 40, came back down. I think Canada could, before the end of the day, if I was going to make a fundamental bet, I would bet in Canada goes 25.50. Like if I wanted, if I was really going to trade that, that's probably going to be the trade I would want fundamentally. That would be the interesting trade for me. Take this back. Now we have to do the highs, lows again. Okay, you know what? We got like 8 minutes. There's a lot of people who could use a little tutorial on the trend indicator, right? So let's do that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I think the only way I can do this is if I log out, or maybe no. Let me see if I can go into incognito mode. Let me just try this. Just bear with me 1 second here, guys. Shift Control N. So here's incognito mode. What I'm trying to do is I have like a oh Geez, I totally forgot my account number too. I'm trying to just tradingview.com. I wonder if this is going to let me in. Let's give this a shot. So log in, sign in. I'm trying to sign in for not email. It's not email, username and email. Boris BK FX. Okay, let's see if this, I think this is the right one. This is my free account in TradingView. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So this is for those of you who like want to know how to set up TradingView, right? The trend fade indicator, right? So let me do this. Hang on. So we're going to go to, I'm going to post the link again for everybody. Just bear with me a sec. Because I know Rosen was asking me about this and I wanted to, where is this thing? Where is it? Come on. I'm trying to find, oh, here it is. Okay, so here's my link, copy link. I'm going to post this in the room right now. So here's what you need to do. If you don't have the trend indicator, so let's post this up, right? So I've posted the link, right? The trend. Now, I'm going to just copy this link. So I'll take you guys off the screen. I'm going to copy this link into my browser. So now I am, my Incognito account, not my BK account, but Boris account. I'm going to copy this link and it's going to come up here, right? And just take a second, right? So here's this indicator, right? So this is the indicator you want. Where's this? And you see how it, like, once you do that, it says add to favorite indicators, right? All you need to do is just click this, right? Now you go into your chart mode. So now I'm in my chart, right? And then when you're in your chart mode, you just look for your favorite into the indicators and you go into the favorites, right? And here's favorites. And here is BK trend fade. Now, all you got to do is, once it's in your favorites folder, you hit BK trend fade, you click it, and it's applied to whatever the hell. Now this is the S&P 500, but the point is it's applied. And that's all you need to do. So there is no passwords, there's nothing. You simply click on the link, add it to favorites, and then go into your favorites and apply it. And then you obviously can manage it, on any scale. Is that clear? This is very different from Kathy's because this is a private indicator. Nobody in the world can see it except guys in the BK room. Like, it's not public. It's not available on the TradingView site. But because it's private, it allows us that flexibility of with no passwords, no authentication, nothing. Just coming in like this. So Rosen, I hope that's clear for you. Hopefully that you can now do it properly, right? And you'll have it you'll have it all done. Okay, I'll take this off. We are very close to the opening bell. We'll see what's going on. Let's see how the price action trades for the first 5-10 minutes, and then we'll see what else we can do. So we still got a couple minutes. So the other absolutely annoying thing about this trading indicator, like, the beautiful thing is that it shows you dynamically the high-low lines, which it has to paint dynamically. But in order to instantiate, in order to begin painting those lines, you have to move the chart back all the way to the beginning of the day. And the beginning of the day is 1800 hours yesterday, right? It's just like FX. You always go back to yesterday at 1700 hours or 1800 hours New York. That's your starting time, right? So let's just, for argument's sake, let's say I'm going to go to DAX. Where's DAX? DAX, right? So you see, like, there's no lines on a DAX. So there's two ways I can get those lines painted on DAX. I have to just manually go back to the start of DAX trade. DAX trade is actually going to be a little bit earlier. It starts for the European hours. And see, once I get to the European hours, it instantaneously paints these lines, and now I have the lines, right? You can do it that way. Let's say I'm going to go to the Dow here, the USD CFD. The easy way to do this is you click this button, which is the go-to button, and you preset yesterday and 1800 hours, and you say go to, and it will automatically go to that. So now it automatically paints these lines because the day is started, and then you just simply take this arrow and you go to the front of the day, and that's what you do. So that's the hack that you can use to do this. And unfortunately, every time you change symbol, you got to do this. So that's what I do. I just simply go to. It's tedious, but the advantage of having these lines painted and being able to watch it is far outweighs the tediousness of doing it this way. All right, is that clear to everybody? Yes, everybody's good. Somebody give me a yes. Cheryl, you've been super quiet. Are you trading the Dow today, or you just watching? What are you doing? My whole West Coast contingent is super quiet. Are you guys sleeping over there? So what do we got? We got opening bell rotation. Let's interesting. Oh, sorry, I have two NQs. I screwed up. Let's go to the Dow. Dow is opening up. Sorry, let me set the Dow up. We'll watch the Dow a little bit. Dow is off the highs, right? We're off the highs a little bit. Opening round rotation. We are 15 seconds from opening bell. NAS is very, very quiet, not really doing anything. Dow may sell off and then try to run the highs again. So we'll watch it. Sometimes on NFP, the reaction happens at 8:30, and the opening bell movement is just not that interesting. What I'm going to be watching for, what I really want to try here, and let's watch it both ways, because this is going to be our use case analysis. Let's watch the blue line, the 200 line, as a support resistance, failure success. Because right now, if Dow really drops hard, we'll see if it can form a support around the 200 line, and then we can trade that for maybe 10 points. Similarly with NAS, is the NAS going to fail at the 200 line? And do we want to trade that as well? So we'll have like a couple of opportunities to play around. I have a feeling Dow is going to push through fresh highs, but I'm going to stand aside on the run of the highs and actually try to trade the reversal trade, which is the more, I think, interesting trade for me. I mean, it's moving. It's clear that it's that they're just they're gonna press it harder. I mean, I should have taken this, but I'm being a wuss. I mean, fundamentally, this was the right trade. But let's play this the other way as a potential reversal trade. I got to keep my eye. This is annoying because I can't see the. All right, we'll just focus on a Dow for now. Oh, I'll keep my eye on NAS on this other chart. Trying to see if I can get a failure on the Dow here. That's sort of my next thesis. I'm looking for a failure candle on the Dow. Also looking at NASDAQ, see if it fails in a 200. We'll see if we can get that as well. But I'm more interested in the Dow failure. So this is potentially a Dow failure. We got 30 seconds, a long time. Let's see if the trade can hold here. Still pushing fresh highs in the Dow a little bit. We got about, it's only 3-4 minutes into the open, so there's still probably, market on buy, filling orders. Let's see if we get any kind of profit taking coming in here. 30 seconds on the trade, or 30 seconds on the candle, sorry. It's the Globex high-low, Gary, Globex. So that's the 24-hour session, not just the New York opening session. I mean, right now it's the same thing. So we're pushing higher. This is the reason why, again, the setup is I mean, I was wrong in not getting aggressive to the upside. I had the fun. I just, this is my fault in not pressing the upside. But on the other hand, you see, I'm not doing anything stupid by trying to short this until I have some evidence that there is a short to be made, right? Until I can, I could see that that something of setup is happening. So. $15 seconds on the candle. Let's see how this closes. Okay, I'm going to sell this because it's clearly a negative candle. Just trying to see if I can get maybe 5 out of this thing. On profit taking, not anything else that we're trying to do here. Nothing fancy. And there we go. Nice 5 points. Super clean, nothing fancy, just timing it properly. And that was good. NASDAQ bust through the 200, so there's definitely no trade here. I remember I told you I wouldn't be surprised if NAS comes out and takes out the 1570s before the end of the day. But that was just like, so it's not glamorous, it's not beautiful, but it's precise, which is all you really want. You want that precision, right? This is a failure on the highs. It was actually good probably for a little bit more than 5. It was actually good for 10, but I gave myself the highest probability chance, and it's still good. And now you see it. Now it's falling back to the moving averages, which is, price always trades in waves. Your job is to find the crest of the wave and make that happen. So that's it. Now it's really, really easy crest of the wave. It's just my biggest problem is I leave a lot of pips on the table, but I'd rather do that than take pips out of my account. All right, YM 100 to the long side, Cheryl. You are the man or the lady. You know what I mean. What'd you do? Was that a positional trade, or just you scalping away? Just in a couple of trades, you made 100. I feel like you're really trading so much better with this new indicator. You've been just killing it this week. I feel like this indicator has been made for you. Anybody short the Dow with me? Oh, there you go. See, trading my fund of you. I'm like the Kathy of indices today. Good job though. That was nice. Hey, Jonathan. Good morning. How's the coast? Good job on the ES. 3 ES is equal to 30 Dows. Plus 7 on that. Good job. Good job. Everybody's doing really well. Okay, super. Super great day for me today, guys. I think I'm literally 70 points. Best day in a long time. Thank you for hanging out with me. That was a lot of fun. I actually loved. You know, I'm never available for NFPs because we're always doing trading battle, but I love doing trading battle with you guys in the chat room. I mean, doing NFPs with you in the chat room because it gives us a chance to really fine tune the setups. Anyways, good week for us. Really banking. I love the new indicator. I love the new setups. We'll just keep on doing what we're doing and put those pips into the basket. Karen, Cheryl, ladies, gentlemen, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Really enjoy. Everybody have a great time. All the newbies, I hope you really enjoyed it. Come back and hang out with me Tuesday through Friday like we do every week. You too, Karen. Everybody have a great weekend. All right, guys. Thank you so much. A lot of fun today. Really great. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.